Alright, hello everyone, Adrenaluke here. I'm having a lot of issues with both my steering wheel and the live streams. Okay, good. Looks like the live streams is actually working now. It's showing up, so I can upload the thumbnail this time. I just tried to go live earlier, and it wasn't showing up. So at least now I can upload the thumbnail. And because I've been having so many issues with my steering wheel and complications with the live stream in general, all these bugs and glitches everywhere is causing me to be really late in starting this live stream. So we're cutting it short with the amount of time that we're going to have on track to practice here in one of the most technical tracks ever. So brilliant stuff already. You gotta love it. But yeah, as the title suggests, this is my first league race with this new Lamborghini Huracan Evo 2. I've done a few public lobby races with this car, and I feel like I can push a lot harder in this car. I have a lot more confidence in this car than the regular Evo. The Evo 2 seems like it's so much more stable. Now, there's a couple things that I think about that as I open the chat on my laptop here, but there's a couple things that I want to say about that. First of all, I'm not sure how much more Update 1.9 is contributing to that, or if it's the actual difference in cars. I did try the regular Evo after Update 1.9, and I think it's more to do with the change in cars, actually. And because of that, I both love it and hate it. I love it, obviously, because this new Lamborghini is so stable, but there was some bragging rights to, you know, when you chose a Lamborghini before this one, you know, that was a statement. It was bold. You seemed brave for driving it, because nobody wanted to touch it because it was a murder machine that wanted to kill you. Now, not so much. So you don't seem as brave to drive the Lamborghini now. So, I mean, that's a downside to it. But at the same time, it's kind of nice to have a stable car that isn't constantly trying to kill you now. So, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. And I can tell people I drove the Lamborghini before it was a safe option. So I'm one of the OGs. I've been here since day one with the Lambo. So I've earned the right to still have the Lamborghini, even now that it's a lot more stable. But really emphasis on that it is a lot more stable. Okay, so I'm just posting the link to this live stream around a lot of different Discords right now. And we really do need to get out on the track. We are running behind. But it might be a good thing that I'm running behind today, because this is round 8 of the European series on IRL, where they have a rule where you have a limited amount of tire sets. I believe it's a double sprint. So we have 2 races, I believe 2 qualifyings, and 1 practice session, and you have 4 sets of tires total that you can use for that whole time. So the least amount you can drive actually during practice, probably the better. So there might be an advantage to coming in late in this, actually. Now, I've had... They also have a rule because, understandably, given that there's a limited amount of tires, if you leave and you rejoin, you'll get disqualified. And I'm having a bug where a lot of times my steering wheel will randomly disconnect, and then when I reconnect it, it just locks up and it won't turn. And that is scary. It's horrifying in something like this where I can't leave and rejoin. So if that happens, I might just have to end the live stream and say, okay, we're done. And I'm really, really hoping that doesn't happen. For whatever reason, it only happens when I stand up off of my cockpit, off of the rig. So if I have to leave to use a restroom, I might come back and notice that bug has happened. So this is terrible. I don't know why this is happening, but we better pray and hope to God that isn't going to happen here. I was in the Porsche Cup yesterday, so let me make sure. Okay, I have loaded in the settings for the Lamborghini. And this is wildly different than Porsche Cup, guys. Being in this GT3 car again, first of all, you have traction control. And this new Lamborghini, you do have TC2, not just generic traction control. I have TC2 off in almost every single track, but with Mount Panorama, I might need it, so I did put TC2 on just one, so a low setting. That's going to help tremendously with it being more stable, along with just the added aerodynamics of this new Evo 2. It's got the shark fin aerodynamics, which is also in the Super Trofeo variant of this, but I feel like this is more agile in the Super Trofeo, so you don't need to tamper with the caster angle as much to get rid of on-throttle understeer. So this is a little bit more smooth from the transition of on-throttle rotation to off-throttle rotation compared to the Super Trofeo. The Super Trofeo, unless you do major adjustments to the differential and the caster angle, it will lock up on throttle, and then it's incredibly more agile when you lift off the throttle, but that's not very advantageous. So this, thankfully, is not like that as much, even though it has the shark fin just like its Super Trofeo cousin. But the ECU map, if you notice I put it on 5, that is actually, the ECU map 5 is the most aggressive engine braking ECU map. This is the only car in ACC right now that utilizes engine braking, which means that, hey Josh, how's it going, man? So that means that as soon as you lift off throttle, it does engine braking in this car. No other car in this game does that. So that's a huge advantage in this car. So those of you that don't know what that means, when you lift off the throttle, it's going to make the RPMs descend a lot more rapidly, even though you're not touching the brakes. So that's going to aid in off-throttle rotation big time, and that's huge. So that's a very aggressive thing, but I have the ECU map on 5 to aid in that engine braking. But anyways, update 1.9 has changed the camber a lot, so we're going to reduce the camber a little bit here. You want a more flat contact patch of the tires after update 1.9. And this setup I made was for 27 ambient and 27 track. It's hotter today, so we're going to lower these tire pressures by 3 clicks on the fronts. 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks on the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, the contact patch, you want to be more flat after update 1.9. If you leave the camber in the same angles as update 1.8, or the setups you had in 1.8, your inside tire is going to be tremendously more hot than the middle and outside tire now. So definitely want to keep note of that. I am going to have to do some data logging for fuel consumption here, but I'm pretty confident in those camber adjustments. I don't really need to look at the data logging for that because I already figured that out earlier. But we're going to go ahead and I'm not going to put this as like a final, because this is still a new car to me, so I'm still going to label it as test in the tuning sheet here. But let me get my camera out of the way so I can check the temperatures. Okay, so we're looking at 30, 35. So 30 ambient, 35 track temperature. Okay. And I'm still labeling that as another test setup. But I am going to also, real quick, go to my 27 sheet. And just before I forget, I'm going to reduce the camber, the camber angles there. That's the only adjustment I'm going to make there. Oh, also, before I forget, on this new one that I just made, I'm going to make the brake ducts in the rear open more by 1 click. So that's the final adjustment I'm making there. Graham, how's it going, man? We got Graham in the house and Josh here. Josh is in this race, Graham. You might want to jump in. You're part of IRL, if I remember right, Graham. We still got 30 minutes of practice to go. Okay. I am not surprised that Josh has the fastest lap so far. I haven't even jumped out on the track yet. But like I said, you don't want to drive much in practice in this session because I believe the tires are limited to just 4 for the whole session. Yeah, look at this, just 4. So we're going to go on set 1 first. To make it easy to remember, let's make it to where use current pressures just in case we have to do a pit stop. Ooh, I didn't check the pit stop rules. Josh, if you happen to know the pit stop rules. Oh yeah, Graham, that sucks, man. Graham, that's terrible. You know, one thing that's hurting me right now, I'm on a new medication where the side effect is giving me dry eyes. The side effect of that new medication I'm on, it apparently stops tear production in your tear ducts. But even if you're not, like, tears aren't just for when you're crying, you know, it lubricates your eyes throughout the day. And so it's making me blink a lot. That's not good for racing. That's really not good for racing. Perfect. Thank you, Josh. I don't have to pit at all. All right. So, we're just going to put in 18 liters of fuel for now. Let me go ahead and save that just because I use the current pressures for pit stop strategy, just in case. I believe there's not going to be any rain or anything, so we are set there. I'm still just going to chill out for a little bit longer before I go out on the track, because it's you don't want to drive it much in practice when you have limited tire sets. Half an hour after the race, my internet came back. Dude, yeah, I'm telling you, Graham, that's frustrating. Graham, I feel your pain because right now I'm having a different issue than you. But right now my steering wheel today and a lot of other days has an issue where it keeps disconnecting. And then when I reconnect it without turning off the PS... Like if I reconnect the steering wheel without turning off the PS5 altogether, it locks up and it doesn't want to turn at all. And so my only option is to restart the whole thing. If that happens during this, they have a rule, because it's limited tire sets, they want to stop people from cheating, to where if you leave and rejoin, obviously that will reset all your tires, so you get disqualified. So if I get that bug, I'm toast. And so I'm probably going to get that bug because it's happening so often today. And so I feel your pain, Graham, because today I'm probably going to have a similar thing happen to me where it's just going to screw me over. Technology is great when it works, but, you know, and that's the thing, like sim racing, we have this stuff to deal with, like internet going bad, glitches with steering wheels and all that, but in real life racing, you have mechanical stuff that can go wrong with the car that doesn't happen in sim racing. So real life racing, obviously they don't have to worry about internet going bad, but in real life racing, when I was at the Indy 500, Graham Rahal couldn't get his engine to start when they said, driver, start your engines. That never happens in ACC. So, you know, pick your poison here, you know? Yeah, we are suffering. Josh, you've done 0 practice. You need to get your... I've only done 3 laps for this, Josh. Just 3 laps of practice, and that's it. Not just today, but ever. Just 3 laps ever practice for this, so haven't practiced any this whole week or anything. Alright, well, we better go ahead and get on out there. We've spent enough time just waiting around. Alright, setup looks fine. How much time do we got of practice left? Alright, we're looking at 27 minutes of practice left. Everything should be good to go. Let's go ahead and get on out there. By the way, Josh and Graham, I'm not sure yet which car I'm going to be using for Season 3 in LSS. Because there's such a variety. Like, if I bring out the KTM Expo, that's going to be so good at Coda and Valencia, but it's going to suffer in Spa and Silverstone. Like I said, there's just such a variety on tracks. Oh, and by the way, I'm back to using socks. I figured out that using shoes yesterday was a mistake. So I'm not going to push too hard right now. I'm going to take it real easy on these out laps, because the last thing you want to do when you have a limited amount of tire sets is get any grain on the tires, any types of grain or any sort of tire damage when you push too hard when the tires are still cold, because that's irreversible. Then you can't just load a new tire set. So I'm really being extra cautious for these tires. I'm not going to start pushing at all yet. Let those tires warm up. Oh, Josh, GT4 used to be kind of bad, but update 1.9 made GT4s amazing now. Like, 1.9 really woke up the GT4s. Oh, you had your first go in GT4 last night, Graham? or first go on this track. I love this track though, it's one of my favorites. And I don't really need to explain why. I mean, all you gotta do is just watch someone drive at this track and you can already tell why it's amazing. Oh, the Mercedes got buffed, by the way, Josh. The Mercedes got a big buff. People are saying it's like a brand new car now. Okay, the rear tires are too hot and the front tires are too cold. So before we add more wear to these tires, we're gonna, well, first of all, we're gonna get out of the way of this number 41 car, and then we will return to garage. Okay, so we're gonna just reduce those tires by just 0.1 psi, nothing, well, I mean, that was only a few laps, so the left rear I'll lower by 0.2. Decisions. Yeah, much less high-speed understeer in the Mercedes. I bet, dude. I mean, I'm not a Mercedes driver, so I wouldn't really know, but just going off of what people have been saying, it sounds like the Mercedes is just a whole different beast now. And that's scary. Because you're a very talented driver. It's like, man, you already have the talent, now you're going to have the car, too. Not that I'm not rooting for you, but at the same time, we are still, like, friendly rivals, you know? So it's the competitive side of me is like, oh, Josh is going to smoke me now. You know, I actually think it's a good thing that it's been a while since you've driven a GT3 in a league race, because I feel like a big problem in ACC is that the community as a whole in this game is so hyper fixated on GT3 that I like the fact that we're exploring all the content of the game and driving all the different car specs, because so many people are just GT3, and you get sick of it after a while, you know? It makes it fun when you come back to GT3 rather than, oh, GT3 again, you know? Josh, this new Lamborghini is freaking amazing. And like I was saying earlier, I love it and hate it, because obviously I love it because it's so stable now, and it didn't really lose much agility at all. Like, it's still agile, but it's also really stable. It's like the best of both worlds, so it's awesome to drive. But the downside to that, and why it's a love-hate relationship with me, is because driving the Lamborghini used to be a statement, dude. It used to make you bold. It used to make, like, people be like, whoa, he's driving the Lamborghini, that's brave. Not so much anymore. Like, I mean, now it's a car that's so stable, almost anyone can drive it, where it used to be a machine that's trying to murder you. But I'm one of the OG Lamborghini drivers, so I can tell people I've been in Lamborghini since day one. I'm not one of the people that's just transferred to Lamborghini after it became very drivable, especially now that it has TC2 and not just generic TC. And I have TC2 off in almost every track. I have TC2 on in this track because it really helps in a track like this. Okay, so I might bump up the tire pressures on the right front as well. Let's just bump it up by 0.2 psi there. Okay, I'm feeling good with these adjustments. Let me make sure that the... and I'm going to still stay on tire set 1. See, whenever you go back to the setup page, it tries to automatically change tire sets for you. Since we have limited tire sets, I'm trying to just keep making sure I go on the same tire set for practice. Oh yeah, anything's going to feel easy after Porsche Cup, Graham. Like, even the Honda is going to feel easy after Porsche Cup, and that's saying something. Yeah, Grim, I don't know if you're talking about the GT3 one, or I don't know if you're testing for Season 3. You know, the BMW GT4 in the game right now is actually outdated. They have the newer generation M4 GT4 BMW, and that's not in the game yet, which is really disappointing. There's a lot of GT4 cars that they really need to add. They don't have the Toyota Supra, they don't have the Nissan Z, they don't have the new McLaren GT4, they don't have the Mustang GT4, which is probably my favorite one. But the Super GT4 is also pretty awesome. So there's a lot of GT4 cars that they still need to add. Okay. Let me make sure I'm still on tire set 1. Yep, I am. Dude, to be honest with you, I might go Alpine for Season 3. I might go Alpine. That's what I'm leaning towards the most right now. Like, Alpine's not going to be as strong as the KTM and Coda and Valencia, but at least it won't have many weak points. So the Alpine might be an awesome choice for Season 3. Alright, let's get some more practice in. But notice how I'm not practicing a lot. And that's a strategy here that I'm doing on purpose with the limited tire sets. There's a lot of people hanging out in the pits, so I'm not the only one with that idea. So we are not on a fresh set of tires right now. This is the same set of tires that we were just on earlier. But they have cooled down a bit. Yeah, the GT4 BMW is understeery for sure. That's why I won't use it. But for some people, they love that stability of it. It really just depends on what suits you. And that's why I hate people that make like tier lists of cars, because you know, they think that it's a one-size-fits-all, and they think that like there's just one definitive car that's better than the other, and that's not the case. For you, there might be a car that's a lot better, but that's going to vary with everyone. You know, I noticed after update 1.9, you don't have to do as much weaving on the outlap. The tires come up to temperature a lot faster. I'm in pain. This is a very physical track, though. Oh, dude, yeah, I bet your setups had to be super aggressive. A little sloppy there. I think there might be a bug with my chat on my laptop. I don't know if it's showing new messages. Someone sent a message just saying like testing 1 2 3 or something. I just want to make sure the chat's still working. Because there's something weird going on my screen. That's the only reason that I say that.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Further lane, crosses them so far.
Ah, it is working. Thank you, Graham. I got nervous for a second. Locked up the brakes. That hurt us a little bit in pace. Hey Ken, how's it going, man? Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, I'm gonna get a PC soon. I'm thinking about getting R Factor 2. And that has touring cars, which I'm really excited about. That and IndyCar.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Further lane, crossing the fastest stop.
Ooh, I took Hell's Corner perfectly there. How many people can say that? There's a reason they call that Hell's Corner. Yeah, I saw a mod that someone made of Road Atlanta for R Factor 2. It's pretty neat. I got a question though, Ken. And this might sound really ignorant. Could you race online in a track that someone made with a mod? Or if it's a mod track, can you only race with AI?
Yellow flag is active.
Could have held on a second longer. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. Yeah, I know LFM's on R Factor 2 as well. Yeah, I knew that, Graham. That's the main thing that drew me towards it, actually. Dropped a wheel in the grass. Had to lift off throttle there. Now we're in the red in the Delta. We were in the green.
Yellow flag is the charging front.
Okay, we're gonna have to get more fuel in a second here.
Yellow flag is active.
Yeah, it is the worst track for chatting. You really can only look at chat during the straights. Don't worry about settings. That's a long message to read. All right, let's get more fuel.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Just gonna put in 10 liters. No, I'll put in 12. No, let's put in 10. Mind made up.
Let's go, 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 go.
There's Butler behind us. Oh, the Lambo's amazing, Ken. I would talk more about it, but I gotta wait till it's straight. You're right, this is the worst track for chatting. So the new Lamborghini, Ken, I was saying earlier that it's so incredibly stable, but it didn't lose like any agility, so it's the best of both worlds. And I love it and hate it because I love it for those reasons, but I hate it now because driving the Lamborghini used to be a statement. It used to be bold. It used to mean that you're brave, and not so much anymore. But hey, I love it though. But this is so much stable than the regular Evo.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
So it's not terrifying to drive anymore.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag, be careful there.
We definitely got some aliens in here.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag, be careful there. Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
Yeah, Ken, LFM has some good variety. And I like how it seems like LFM is avoiding using GT3 a lot on R Factor 2, which you pretty much have that covered here. But yeah, I can't wait to use touring cars on R Factor 2. Lifted too much there. Too much lift.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Okay, after this lap, we're going to check the data logging for fuel. If we have time to, because qualifying's about to start pretty soon here. Rigo, how's it going?
Yellow flag, be careful.
Oh, thank you, Rigo. All right. Let's check this data logging for fuel. We really got to hurry. Take a screenshot of that just in case it goes away. Okay, so 3.32 liters per lap. And we're looking at a 2061. All right, let's calculate this. Isn't it a 30-minute race, too? Hang on a second. $40-minute race, okay? 40 minutes. Lap time is 2061. And fuel per lap was, I gotta check my screenshot, 3.32. All right, 74 liters, easy enough to remember. All right. Now, before I do qualifying, I gotta pee, so I'll be right back. Hopefully, it doesn't do that bug with my steering wheel, because it always does that when I leave and come back. So, fingers crossed, guys. All right, looks like the wheel's still okay. So that is so relieving. Alright, we're going to use the same set of tires that we use in qualifying in the race, so here we go. Let's do this. went too wide there. Could have kept it a lot tighter than that. Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yellow flag again, charging front.
Hey Paul, how's it going? We're doing qualifying right now. Yeah, Ken, we definitely got this one in the bag. We're gonna do great. We're looking at a potential podium.
Yellow flag is sector 1.
Kind of suffered a bit there, man.
Yellow
Not
flag
good.
accepted. Yellow flag, be careful.
Still better than the last lap by a tiny margin. Oh no, Paul, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hope everything's okay.
Yellow flag ahead.
try not to hit him. Ah, it's bad luck. And we only got 2 liters of fuel left. We might not make it one more lap. We can try.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Ran out of gas.
Yellow flag in sector.
That's terrible luck, man. I was on such a good lap. Well, we probably still wouldn't have beat Josh's lap anyways, because he's 1.4 seconds faster than us, so I think we're good in P5 starting out. Knowing that, I could have just parked the car and avoid more tire wear. Let's see what the tire wear is. So we don't have any damage on set 1 or 2 on tires, so that's good. There's less wear on set 2 than set 1. That's to be expected because we only did qualifying on set 2, where we were spending a lot of time on practice on set 1. So for the race, we're going to stay on set 2 because we still need 1 more qualifying and 1 more race to go. So for the time being, I mean, you know, we could try to just do set 3 for... No. We're gonna do set 2 for race 1, and then we're gonna do set 3 for qualifying 2, and then set 4 for race 2. So because our concentration and mental focus is going to be less on race 2 because we're going to be more exhausted, more driver fatigue. So it'll help when we have fresher tires with more driver fatigue. So, let me see here. Let's do this, guys. Woo! This track is so exhausting. I'm already starting to get fatigued. And we got 2 40-minute races and another qualifying session to go. Oh my goodness. This is going to be tough. And the room's getting scorching hot too. I got the fan on, but it's not helping much. Oh, I got bumped down to P6. Oh well. P6 out of 14 is not too bad. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, if we just, you know, my brother's named Paul as well, so it feels weird saying thank you, Paul, and everything. You know, I think a track like this, consistency is going to matter more than pace. We got a 40-minute race. If we stay consistent, we might really work our way up. Difference in pace here is a little bit much, so we might see some back markers as time goes on. Back markers can be a problem in this track, though, because it's very hard to get around cars in this. There's no runoff. There's just walls surrounding you, so it's not like you can... The back markers can't really get out of the way too much. There's solid walls surrounding you, and the track's very narrow on top of that. So this is going to be interesting, guys. Every race here is interesting. I love this track. You definitely got to keep your eye out for wrecks ahead, though. And you want to slow down when there's wrecks ahead. And you just want to count on the cars behind you to also slow down. Because you can see a wreck ahead, you'll slow down to be careful not to collect into that wreck ahead, and then the people behind you won't. And then they'll just collect into you. Even though you weren't even part of the wreck, but you know how it goes. You just got to have trust in everyone behind you. Thank you, Josh. Good luck to you as well. Excellent qualifying lap, Josh, by the way. I can see that Mercedes is doing you well. I can definitely... Oh, and the Mercedes would be awesome in this track. The Mercedes is really, really good on bumpy surfaces. So I'd imagine on a track like this, it's going to be amazing. It is in real life, at least. All right. I'm sleep deprived, so it's just wonderful being sleep deprived, being at a track like this that requires so much concentration. Why is it trying to put me on tire set 4? It's a good thing I checked that. We're going to go on tire set 2, even though that has some wear in it, but it's almost fresh. Looks like the rears are wearing a lot faster than the fronts. That does not surprise me. Not much brake wear at all. You really don't have to worry about that in a 40-minute race. But I think the brake wear reset, at least tire wear, will not here since we're doing the same set of tires as qualifying. Definitely want to make sure we have enough fuel in for the race. You were 9/10 up at one point. Well, Josh, I was at least like, I think, I don't even remember. I was on a very good lap. I don't remember what my delta was because I was so focused on the track, but I know I was on a much faster lap. And there was someone who wrecked right in front of me, so I had to slow down. I was gutted, man. And I was low in fuel, so I didn't have enough fuel for another lap. Like, the luck there was just terrible. And that's the thing, at Mount Panorama, at Bathurst, when people wreck in front of you, you have to slow down. A lot of other tracks, you can still get away with going fast around wrecked cars. This track is so narrow with no runoff that if someone wrecks in front of you, you have to slow down. Yeah, it really screwed me over. But I think your lap was already faster than mine by so much that it didn't even matter, to be honest. Like, I wasn't going to be up any other position by that lap, but still, it's bad luck regardless. If I knew that going back, I would have just parked the car during qualifying. Because if I knew that I wasn't going to gain any positions, I would have just parked the car and not get any additional tire wear because we are going on the same set of tires.
30 seconds.
But hindsight's always 20/20. The only way we're going to look right here is forwards because the race is starting in less than 25 seconds. So ignition on. Got to get in that zone. Concentrate. Here we go. Pace lap is underway pretty soon here. Engine coming on. Pretty cool seeing that new Ferrari ahead of us too. I think that white McLaren up there is also the new McLaren, which that's our pole sitter, so the new McLaren might be pretty OP.
Go in double 5.
Here we go. Come on, guys, let's move. I think some people just jumped positions. Wait, is this not a full formation lap? What? I thought it was going to be a full formation lap. It's not?
Green line. Go, go, go.
Well, that really screwed me over. I put in way too much fuel because I thought it was going to be a full lap of pace lap. Oh well, don't have to fuel save at all now, I guess. Man, we really broke away from the pack back there. These guys are probably on fresh tires. You didn't have to defend, Josh. I wasn't that close. That means he's scared. He's scared of us. Oops. Broke way too late there. Or way too early, I mean. Didn't mean to brake that early. That just screwed us over. It's okay. We'll get back up there. Trust me. They're battling up there. That's going to slow them both down. Good race so far. Josh almost lost it there. These guys have to be on a lighter fuel load. That was close. That curb caught me. Is this a back marker? Oh, something must have happened up front. That's not a back marker.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 2.
What on earth is going on up there? They're all on a train on the straight. They're all getting slipstream but me. Oh, this might get messy. This might get messy. I don't know about this one. Ooh, this might get messy, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Someone hit the wall. Oh, he's off, he's off. Ooh! See you later. Ha ha! Oh man. Woohoo! Wow! I told you it might get messy. Woo! Come here, Josh. Get back here, Josh.
Charlie in front.
Josh is pulling away. Hey, we are in the top 5 right now. We're doing good. Top 5 out of 13 is not that bad.
Yellow flag accepted. Yellow flag, be careful there. in sector. Yellow flag, be careful.
P3 and P2 are having a close battle. Stay focused, come on. A little late on the power there. "23 minutes ago, we're almost at the midway point. Still in the top 5. not a good lap. 5/10 off pace.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Losing to the car ahead is sector 1.
Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, halfway mark. Let's go.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Tires are starting to show their age.
There's a slow car ahead.
Something happened to red.
Watch out.
He's still 14 seconds ahead though. This is exhausting. 16 minutes ago, you just gotta breathe on these straights.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Man, Josh is 14 seconds ahead. I don't know how he does it. Josh, you are an alien in this track, at least. I blame that Mercedes. I'm telling you, that Mercedes is a different animal.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Really nailed turn 1. That's a good. We don't have much hope catching up to Josh. I mean, he's way up there. So I guess goodbye podium unless someone wrecks.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
In the Delta? What? Ah, back to red. I tried. The fact that we're still able to get a 206.2 this late into the race, that tells us we're taking good care of those tires.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Almost there. 10 more minutes.
Yellow flag, be careful. Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag ahead, watch out. Slow car ahead.
Well, that was deceptive. There was a yellow flag waving, and my spotter said slow car ahead, but there's no one to be seen anywhere for 16 and a half seconds, 17 seconds. What was the purpose of that? Why? That just made me slow down for no reason. I need to fire this spotter.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Jeez. What was that? What a... Wait a minute, I'm on the podium?
Sector 3.
How did I get in the podium? One of the top 3 must have wrecked and retired. What? Let's go, we're in the podium. Let's keep this up. Let's bring home this podium finish, guys. Let's do this. I can still kind of see Josh up there. For a second, he was like a little speck that I could see. Wait a second, he's 8 seconds ahead now. Something must have happened to him. Now's our time to push. Josh might have damage. 7 seconds. Come on.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Come on, push, get up there! Don't let Josh get away! Still 7 seconds. Let's watch that time gap, he might have damage.
Acceptable.
6 seconds, come on! We can do this! 5 seconds. Come on! Five point one.
Yellow flag, be careful. You're gaining on car level 72.
Come on, let's do this! 5.0, 4.9.
Yellow flag is at all.
4.8. 4.4. 3.2. 3.1.
You need to use the final lap. Give me the final.
One more lap. Come on. 3.0. 2.9. Come on, we got this. 2.8. .4, 2.3.
Yellow flag. Be careful there. Oh no, mate. The fastest lap so far.
I have you now. 2.1. Come on. We gotta do something this lap. We gotta make it happen. Final lap, come on!
Yellow flag accepted.
He's nervous. He's going really wide. Keep that pressure on him. Oh, he's pulling away. He's trying slipstream denial. Come on.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Dang it! So close! Oh man! Man, we almost had it! Oh, man! Saving a replay of that one. And I gotta pee real quick. Josh, that was freaking awesome, man. I was creeping up on you. You must have had damage. I was this close. Ah! Good defense, Josh. Woo, man. So close. Hey, we both got a podium finish, though. We still got that podium. Look at that. We finished 2/10 behind him, though. Man. Oh my gosh.
About 10 pit stops across the course today, which will equate to a fuel window of about 30 to 40 laps. So what does that look like in terms of a race strategy? Let's go back to 2017, which is probably the best strategy.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. Man, what a race.
They started the day, Tony Villander drove the car twice, came to hand it to Craig Lowndes, came and handed it to Jamie Whincup, another stint from Craig Lowndes, double stint from Villander at the end of the day, and then bang over to Jamie Whincup to finish it off. What does it look like in terms of driver time? Villander that day went 4 hours 20 minutes, same with Whincup. Craig Lowndes doing about an hour less in the middle. So it's a lot to dissect, but I think we're going to see very similar strategies to what's happened here. When you look at your driver time, you're not allowed to do more than 4 hours and 40 minutes. Managing his driver time, particularly in very hot conditions, is going to be key to winning the Liquid Molly Bathurst 12 out here today.
Brilliant teams on the grid. It's gradually beginning to be cleared. If I look out over Harris Park, there are still people coming in this morning at 20 minutes before 6 o'clock. We'll have this extraordinary opening to the race. No darkness practice, remember. So if then on Friday, varying levels of success. They've got better and better over the course of the weekend. Johnny, the guys were standing on the bridge beyond Iceberg Hell Corner there because that's the shot coming down towards it. It's also a bit like the front row of a rugby school. There's things going on in the dark there that you don't really want to talk about.
No, true. And you just wonder whether one or two think they might get away with some things they couldn't do in daylight. Let's hope not. And we've also had a number of cars crashed early on in the weekend this year. And I'm really hoping we've got that out of our system now. And we can go for some clear laps. And we're trying to avoid the safety car where possible. I mean, I quite like the safety car here because it does bunch the field up and gives one or two a chance. Maybe have we run different forms of cautions here. And it very much brings in pro-am teams as well for a great overall result. That's something else we love about this 12-hour. You don't have to run a full pro lineup to get the top 6, maybe the top 3.
The Pirelli pit bunker is going to be light. Give it all you can.
The action here today at Bathurst. Let's check out some race facts. We're due for a checkered flag at around 1:60 local time, which means 270 to 300 laps, which is the equivalent distance of Melbourne to Brisbane, or for the Euros, about London down to Madrid. Now, lots to talk about here. We'll touch shortly on what's happened here with last night's pole time, but we're looking at about 10 pit stops across the course today, which will probably equate to a fuel window of about 30 to 40 laps. So what does that look like in terms of a race strategy? Let's go back to 2017, which is probably the best strategy we ever saw with the Maranello team. Blitz through the field. They started the day, Tony Villander drove the car twice, came in hand at Greg Lowndes, came in hand at the Jackie Wing Cup, another stint for Greg Lowndes, double stint for Villander at the end of the day, and then bang over to Jackie Wing Cup to finish it off. What does it look like in terms of driver time? Villander that day went 4 hours 20 minutes, same with Wing Cup. Greg Lowndes doing about an hour less in the middle, so it's a lot to dissect, but I think we're going to see very similar strategies to what's happened here. In driver time, you're not allowed to do at 4 hours and 40 minutes managing this driver time, particularly in very hot conditions. It's going to be key to winning the Liquid Molly Bathurst 12-hour here today.
All right, let's climb back in this thing. Ugh. That was an amazing race. But it's not over yet, guys. We got one more round to go before this session is over. So we're doing qualifying for the second race right now. Weather might be a little bit different. Yep, it looks like we're going to have to use our 27-27 setup for this one. So let's go ahead and load that one in. Okay. Now we're going to use set 3 of tires for this qualifying and then set 4 of tires for the next race. Let's do this. Yeah, Josh, that was pretty close, man. But are you ready for round 2? Because I'm coming with a vengeance this time. That's the pulse hitter behind us.
Luckily,
2/10 of damage here. Let's let's reset that damage. We'll go on the same set of tires though. How much time do we got left? We still have 9 minutes, so let's put in we'll still put in like 15 liters or yeah, we'll put in 15 liters still. Alright, let's try this again. And let's not nick the wall this time. We barely touched it, but I want qualifying to be perfect, so let's try this again. See, during qualifying, you can afford to touch the wall like that. You can afford to take risks, not during the race. Okay, I'm gonna wait till the number 888 car. Okay, now we're gonna roll out.
car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag in sector 1.
This number 888 car is going to get in my way, probably. We'll have to wait and see. Come on! I have bad luck in both qualifying sections so far. Starting in P7. I think we have enough fuel for one more lap this time, though.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful. Yellow flag, be careful there.
Not the best run into the back straight. It's okay, we're still 1 full second up. Start contrast to last lap.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Session is now over.
Alright, starting in P5, that's the same as last round, so I'm happy with it. And we're going to be on fresh tires for this race. And we're going to pay attention to whether it's a full lap formation or not, because I was on way too much fuel last race. So we might even put in, like, I don't know, 8 liters less of fuel. Or just to be on the safe side, I think I'll put in like 5 or 6 liters less. Maybe 5 liters less. Maybe 4 liters less. I just want to be on the safe side, but we definitely had too much fuel last race. You know what, let's do 5. 5 liters less. So we'll put in 70 liters for this race. Okay, starting P6. That's still the same as last race, though. Wow, Josh, you're starting in P3. Let's go, Josh. Good job. Oh, you guys ready for round 2? I sure am. So we're going to be on a fresh set of tires, and we're going to put in less fuel than last race. So our car is going to be lighter, and it's going to have more grip at the same time because of those fresh tires. Last race, we started on worn tires. So more grip and less body roll and less weight on the car, so faster on the straights as well. So less body roll and more grip is going to help us a ton through these tight corners. We're starting this round with 12 people. Looks like 1 person quit. We had 13 last race. You should have gotten P2 then. In qualifying or in last race? Whew. By the way, these new pedals, the vibration motors aren't working yet. My brother's good with technology. And I think I got to do something with the Fanatec FanLab software to activate those vibration motors to get them to work. But I do have it set up to a Collective Minds Drive Hub for it to work with the Logitech steering wheel on console. So I don't know if that's tampering with it as well. I don't know if it needs to be direct wired into the console. But the vibration motors would help me know if I'm about to lock up the brakes ahead of time. So that can give me a competitive advantage. My brother's good with technology, so hopefully he can help me with that sooner or later. Oh, he hit you, Josh? See, I know with you, Josh, me and you have had so much close quarters racing, and we never touch. You know, so we know how to race really close to each other. Not everyone knows that art, unfortunately. But yeah, I trust you a lot, Josh, so I know that me and you can get real close. That sounded kind of sus. Anyways, okay, so I'm on the right set of tires, starting with the right amount of fuel, and I got the right tire pressures. I think I'm good to go. Yeah, shut up. I don't know about you, Josh, but I'm still fatigued from race 1, so going another 40 minutes is going to be brutal, but at least we're having like a short break before it. See, I don't know how these people that do the Bathurst 12-hour in real life, I don't know how they do it. They probably take meth before doing it or something like that. And there goes monetization. I'm getting demonetized after saying that. Just kidding, I'm not even monetized. See, I'm lucky that I don't get any back problems, but I got thoracic outlet syndrome, of course, so I'm always hurting in my neck and chest and arm and shoulder, and you know. All right, let's get ready for this one. Another 40-minute race, and this time I think we all know the track better this time around, but we're all going to be fatigued. I'm starting with fresh tires this time, though. Thank you, Josh. I purposely saved my fresh set for this round of tires because I knew I'd have more driver fatigue, so I can take whatever advantage I can get when I'm more fatigued. I'm going to plug in my charger to my phone.
Going double fine.
All right, here we go.
Green light, give it okay. Yellow flag in sector 1.
A couple people are already out of the race on lap 1. Track conditions are optimum too. It's rubber down.
Yellow flag is in, child in front.
We've already worked up one position. We're in P5.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Man, those guys are so fast up there. Little side-by-side action up front. Ooh, somebody was off. Looks like Josh in red.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. Red lane. First one fastest lap. Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. Losing to the car ahead of sector 1. Red up lane. Fastest lap so far. Yellow flag in sector 1.
They're really close up there. They might battle soon. That might let us catch up to them. Stick in there, come on.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful. There's a car exiting pit lane.
It's getting darker out, but the temperatures are still the same. only 3.5 seconds away. We can't slow down now. Come on, 30 minutes to go. Ah, too much curb.
Yellow flag, be careful. Yellow flag acceptable.
They're side by side up there. Oh, never mind. It looks like it. They might be soon, though.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front. Losing to the car ahead is sector 1.
Oh, that was bad. That was real bad.
Yellow flag acceptable.
Driver fatigue is definitely kicking in.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
still really battling up front. I don't know how the temperatures have stayed stagnant. Feels like I've got a flat spot on tires. It's not good. Oh, they're side by side. There's 3 of them up there. Oh, that's a back marker, no wonder. Alright, we got lap traffic ahead. That was the pole sitter! What the heck happened to him? That was a pole sitter!
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful.
Okay, that's P3 right ahead of us. Excuse me.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front. Red up lane, fastest laps in front.
Podium is less than 3 seconds ahead. Still got 17 minutes to go.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front. Losing to the car ahead is sector 1. Yellow flag in sector 1.
That was close. That was really close. No damage. Came that close touching the wall. 15 minutes left.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front.
They are still fighting up there.
Yellow flag in sector 2. sector 1. Yellow flag, be careful. Gaining on the driver ahead in sector 3.
After all this time, we're actually gaining. I think it's because they're in a close battle. So we gotta take advantage of that, but that's gonna be helping them on the straights because they got slipstream and we don't. But they're gonna be defending throughout these winding sections. That's gonna slow them both down. So we gotta push 10 more minutes.
Yellow flag, be careful ahead.
Oh! They lost it! Was there a wreck?
Stop car ahead.
There had to be a wreck.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Come on, 8 more minutes. I had to lift. Dang it. It's getting too greedy, too anxious. Put the power down too early, and that made me have to lift off throttle. We can still get up there, come on! If only we didn't have to lift, we would still be within slipstream range, but that's letting them pull away on every single straight. 6 minutes, we still can do this, come on. We still have a chance. Red's gonna catch up to Josh and they're both gonna be battling. It's gonna slow them both down. 6 minutes.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Here we go. Come on, man! That was my fault, but I didn't expect him to be that slow.
There's a slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Ah, man. I wasn't on the throttle or anything. That is so disappointing.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Still a podium finish. P2? How did I get second place? What? How on earth did I get second place? I gotta save this replay to figure out what on earth happened. There's only 6 of us still in here. So many people rage quit. What is happening? I gotta save this replay. Hopefully, we might not have enough space. Let me see. Ah! Not enough space. Dang it. Highlights maybe might have it? Why is it grayed out? It's not letting me. Let's see if I can just go back in and it'll let me save highlights maybe? Please. Oh, thank God. Okay. That might show the race finish. I guess we can check here if we still have time. Josh, what happened? How you finished first, I finished second. There's only 6 of us left. Dude, I hit Red, the guy with the username Red. I hit him because the same way that you hit Dave yesterday, because I didn't expect him to go so slow in a corner, so I pulled off into the grass and waited for him. And then he once again went super slow in a corner. Like I was like 10 seconds behind him then, and then I caught up in like a single lap, and then once again he went super slow in a corner. So I had to like dive like towards the inside and not hit him, and I don't know what was going on with him. But how on earth? How did we end up with just 6 people? Like what happened? Like what on earth happened? I'm so confused. Because a McLaren, I don't... Oh, okay. Okay. So, wait, what? But the McLaren's not even up there. Well, okay, I guess I finished third instead of second, but still, third is pretty good. Look at that. Red finished 10 seconds behind me. Yeah, Red was going the opposite. When he was in front of me, Red was going too slow in the corners. I hope he isn't pissed off at me. Like, I'm going to be honest. It is my fault that I hit him. Because even though he was going slower than I expected, I'm the one who hit him. I can't dictate his pace, so it is my fault. But I hope that he understands is what I'm saying. I hope he isn't too pissed off at me. Like, it's not like I purposely hit him. I waited after the contact, too, so it's not like I'm trying to be dirty. I'm not upset with him. I'm just confused on why he was being so slow. He could have damage. I don't really know what was going on. Driver fatigue. The McLaren had to pit. Oh, so was he a back marker then? Huh. Okay. Well, Josh, we got the podium both races. To that, I say cheers with a water bottle. Oh, man. Both of those races were interesting, but I'm so disappointed that I wanted to battle out with you again, and if I didn't hit Red, if you didn't get in my way so much, I could have had another battle with you, because I was not too far away from you until I had to wait after that contact. But I wasn't going to just fly on by after hitting him, but it's like, what did I even wait for? Because that's frustrating when you pull off to the side of the track and you wait for somebody, and then when they re-enter, they just drive like shit. I mean, no offense, Red, but I mean, he was like 10, 15 seconds ahead of me or something like that, and I caught up right on his tail within like a single lap. And then he drives really slow again, and then like just 1 or 2 laps later, he's 10 seconds behind me. That's like a 20-second difference in just a couple laps. Like, why? I shouldn't have even waited if I knew he was going to be that slow, and then I would have had another battle with you, but at least I did the right thing. You know, at least I was still a good sport about it, but that's so frustrating. I could have had another great battle with you. And I could have battled for second place, too, but I ended up way behind because, not Josh, but Red had to go so slow on that corner, but it's still my fault. Let's see if the highlights saved that moment with me and Red. Real quick, I'm going to turn the volume down, and I'm going to move my camera. Okay. It's interesting how it started out in the evening and then progressing to nighttime. By the way, I just want to point out, this livery is so sick. You see the American flag on top of it and everything. Such a sick livery. Yeah, it was fun regardless. Yeah, but I mean, there was so much potential near the end there. Because, I mean, I don't think you realized, because Red was right behind you, but I don't think you realized that I was right behind you as well. Like, I was right on Red's tail when Red was right behind you. So I could have got around Red and then been right up there with you. But, and it could have even been a three-way battle, but I can't really blame that on Red. You know, at the end of the day, it is my fault. But I definitely misjudged his speed. I really didn't expect him to be that slow in that corner. Something had to be going on with his car. There had to be some damage with him or something. And this is where there's a flaw in sim racing, because in real life, if there's a damaged car, your spotter will let you know, because they're watching that in real life. And if there's a car that's going like way slower ahead of you, your spotter will say, hey, the car in front of you has a lot of damage. Nowhere in ACC does your spotter warn you that there's a damaged car. They don't say, this car has damage. There's no call-outs like that with the spotters. If you're doing a manual spotter, like if you have a spectator and someone you have hired to spot for you, they can call that out, but that's about the most you can do for that in ACC, is you hire someone to manually spot for you, which some people do that. Well, was it like severe damage, or was he just... I mean, I guess he could have been fatigued, because he definitely wasn't on his A game at all near the end. Because I was staying... I'm going to say, if the driver ahead of me was going at a normal pace, I feel like I was staying at an appropriate pace for if that was happening. But I just didn't, I misjudged it. I didn't know that red was going to be driving that slow, so that's how I rear-ended him. And I spun his car, too, so I had to wait for him to turn back around. Okay, I'll look for it. It's not going to be at restart. Let's see if there's, it's not going to be that overtake. It might be this. It might be right here, maybe? Yeah, this might be it, right here. Oh, that's a dive bomb. That is a dive bomb. Ooh, he's sliding. And he's off. Oh, man. That's the same corner that I hit him, though. So I wonder if, like, maybe he was coming into that corner too hot many times, and he just then decided, oh, I got to go slower there. I don't know. Yeah, I know it's a different moment. I just was pointing that out. I'll find it. Okay, this... Oh, this is when I overtake him. Yeah, so... that's not where... So it didn't save where I hit him, and it obviously didn't save where he hit you. The highlights in this game just suck, and I didn't think to manually save any highlights, so that's a shame. That's a shame. But yeah, that's where I passed him, was down here. He left the door open, I saw a gap, and so there you go, right there. Well, that is all for today's live stream, guys. I'm going to try to make it to tomorrow's race. I'm going to be cutting it close, though. So I'm going to be getting home, like, very shortly before... getting home from work very shortly before the race starts tomorrow. By the way, guys, I wanted to point out something right before I end this live stream. I was at a public lobby in Laguna Seca. I want to show you guys this, and then I'll close out the live stream. But watch this. The same chicane. Can you call that a chicane? It's technically two different turns rather than a chicane, but I mean technicalities. But oh, that's the replay. Let me go to the highlights of Laguna Seca because it happened at the restart. You guys got to see this, and after I show you this, I'll stop the live stream. But watch this, guys. I don't know how many people are still watching. 4. Okay. Well, all 4 of you are gonna love to see this. So I was at a public lobby at Laguna Seca. So this is not a league race. And when it's not a league race, you come across some people that aren't too bright. And we're going to look at this guy, or this Porsche. So, at first he's driving pretty well. He sees the inside's pretty crowded, so he goes all the way around the outside for the first 2 turns. But then coming up to turn 3, watch what he does. So, first of all, that's an honest mistake. I can see how the McLaren kind of turned into him there, so that's nothing. But watch what happens right up here. I'm going to slow the footage down. So, slow motion here. Now watch this. There's going to be someone coming up to the right side of him. Look at this. Ferrari to the right of him. And look, he just goes, woo, and just instantly turns sharp into him. That ricochets his car into the McLaren. It's like, what on earth was that? Like, what the heck? And the McLaren ended up rage quitting, and I don't blame him. Like, his race was just ruined there. This is only a 20-minute race, so what are you going to do after that? And I'll show you guys at full speed now, but if we get an overhead view as well. Okay. Let's put it at full speed. So watch this, watch this. Full speed now, overhead view. Watch the red and white Ferrari behind him. Look at this, he just sharply, bam, right into him, and then rickshaw. Come on, Porsche. All right, that's what I wanted to show you guys. That's it for today's live stream. Pretty good racing at Bathurst. It seems like both races I had today was kind of boring for a long time until right near the end. It seems like it took me a long time to catch up to the cars ahead of me in both races, but that is what you got to do, guys. Notice how I stayed consistent and believed in myself that entire 40 minutes, both times. A lot of people in this, if they're 14 seconds behind like the pack ahead, they'll just, lose all their motivation and they'll just start to slow down. You can't do that. Because if it's a long race, you never know what will happen. You just got to keep pushing. And today was evidence of that. Today was Exhibit A showing just that. Race fast, race clean, and I'll see you all in the next video.